Hey everyone, BrickLetters here today with some really exciting news. I'm really excited to announce that I will be leaving this space soon and will be expanding into an office space.
Hey everyone, BrickLetters here today, and welcome to another episode of Between the Bricks. The intro that you just watched was actually filmed in either March or April of 2019, and I had just announced to the world, to my YouTube channel, that I was moving and that I was getting my own office space here in downtown Toronto for my Lego collection. I just made a Between the Bricks episode a few weeks ago talking about how I basically convinced my parents to get this office space, the process of securing the lease, the process of finding the place, and things like that. And a lot of people were asking me questions like, well, how did you move? What was the process like? And I realized, I'm like, I've got these videos on my YouTube channel, but I realized that I made these videos back before I had 50,000 subscribers. And now here I am, it's almost June, I think it's like May 20 something. I have almost 92.3 thousand subscribers, so I almost doubled from when I first came to the studio space 2 years ago. That is pretty incredible, so it made me pretty nostalgic, especially too, watching that Between the Bricks episode, going through my old files to find information about how I chose this space. I was like, wow, I think I should do a Between the Bricks episode showing my moving process. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I took over 45 minutes of footage from the moving process and I compiled it down into today's video. It's mostly just a compilation and I'm not going to be interrupting the video to tell you much of a story, but I'm going to be showing you the behind the scenes.
So, this is a couple of weeks before the actual move and I just want to get started. It's kind of hard to know where to start just because there is literally just so much Lego everywhere, all over this room. Everything's going to be packed up. I've been making good use of the grocery bags that I did buy. Been going through, the roll of them. So here I got one of these boxes from the garage that I mentioned I had, and I've started filling it with instruction manuals. I've started actually packing up parts of the collection now. I've been putting all the bricks into these yellow Lego bags. Just a lot of people are like, why do you save those? I never knew, but they've been really helpful. They're holding like all my brick collection and tires and they're really holding a lot of pieces for me. But I've already filled this bin up with poly bags. So these are poly bags. Some of them are for sale in the future. Some of them are just like duplicates of pretty exclusive ones, like all these Lego House and ones from my Europe trip. Here I put a ton of Lego City vehicles. These are ones that I had on my shelves as well as just kind of in the city. And then under that, as you can see, is just all parts from my personal collection. Some have been sorted and some still kind of need to be sub-sorted, but they're all sorted and bagged by part. There is so much stuff going on. Tons and tons of parts everywhere. Tons of different bricks in here. You can really barely see, it's really dark, but I have filled up a couple bins down here of Lego and things like that, all packed up. I packed up my brick heads, so most of them are gone from the shelf. Got a bunch of Lego sets packed up here. These are sealed sets. Now I just want to tackle some other things around the room, like smaller things, minifigures. Get some of these boxes filled up so I can get them taped and get them put onto the table and out of my way. Look at this here. We have an entire box filled with collectible minifigures. I took all the minifigures from these base plates here, as well as minifigures from here, there, and up here. And I also filled up another box of minifigures. And it's right here. I have some Lego Movie 2 sets here. Most, with that exception, of the Ninjago movie sets are in this box. Got Christmas sets from in this box. They were up here. And then I have Scooby-Doo sets down in this box here. Right now I'm just working on packing up my space stuff. I've got a lot of the spaceships in here. A bunch of them are still up there still. You saw earlier how many boxes that I have filled up, and I'm just going to kind of continue working on that. I don't have much time to do anything today, but I figured I'd at least get started. So here in this box I have one of my favorite sets. It is the Lego Movie Spaceship. Over here I've started putting in a couple Lego boats. This is a pretty big box. It's going to be awkward to carry, but it's going to be really good because as soon as I remove the antennas, the boats are going to fit in there nicely. Got lots of other boats, you know, with big hulls. And then I've also got a couple of the bigger sets up there, like the trailers that I think would fit, you know, nicely in this box. You don't have to jam fill it too much, just make it easy to carry. And then this I'm going to try and fit as many Lego movie sets in as possible without damaging the spaceship. Here we go. I've already almost cleared off this whole shelf. Got a lot of it in that white box over there. It's all sealed up. I try and keep to the same theme, so if they get broken, I know that they're all kind of similar. Like maybe should have done them different so it would have been easier to put them back together if they got absolutely destroyed. All of the poly bags are gone, and most of the sets are as well. I'm really not looking forward to trying to pack this set. If any of you have ever heard of it, it was a Philly Brick set a couple years ago. When you pre-ordered your ticket, you got sent one of these. And if you've heard anything about it, you probably heard it was very, very difficult to build. It took forever, the instructions were really hard to follow, and I just don't, honestly, I do not want to have to ever build this set again. So I've been working away at putting away some of the planes, just kind of packing them up here. But this is what the shelf looks like. As you can see, there's so much. These shelves were full this morning when I started, you know, mid-afternoon now, and they are almost empty. I'm actually running out of boxes, and I haven't even started the city or any of this yet. This is all going to be left to the very last minute, just because I still have a bunch of videos to film. I want to pack everything up so that it can all be on the shelves, so then tomorrow I can start packing up the city, because it's going to take quite a bit more time. So I have these shelves left, and I think I can get them done right away. So I got all the cars out of it. That's really what I started, just because I've already packed them away. Definitely keeping Bricks Tower, one of my favorite parts of the city. Keeping these two buildings. Will not be keeping this. We'll keep Tile Square, but probably will not rebuild it. I'm actually not getting rid of too much, just because I can always get rid. I can't, you know, rebuild it as easy once I tear it down, but I can always tear it down really easy in the new city. And I'm going to go through my city and get all those parts taken down right now. The Lego City Teardown is in full swing. I've been going around moving all the modular buildings to this side, just trying to get them out of here and everything put away. I haven't got any boxes yet to actually put them in. I'm just waiting to get those, so in the meantime I'm just kind of disconnecting everything. These ones, there's going to be a lot of rebuilding to this box except for the Palestine, but they didn't go in so nicely, so I ended up basically just throwing them in. The Lego City is fully packed up here. As you can see, none of the black paper underneath is coming with me. That's why it's not packed at all. But this is what it is. So we have this box full of the city stuff. These two boxes still need a home. We'll probably just do something with them last minute. All these sets are packed here. We have, very hard to see, but some of the taller buildings down here. A whole bin of Lego City stuff. This giant box of modulars. The tower. And then 2 more boxes of city stuff. So those are a bunch of parts of the city, minifigs, stuff like that. So this is what it looks like over here. I got lots of different sets taken off the shelves. I did put them all in here, they're all, you know, packed away in here gently. I have this whole bin, or this whole box of books, as well as this whole box of magazines. This box is the temporary box. I don't know what to do with these. They're too tall. They're pretty fragile. I've just kind of put everything that still needs to be packed over here. I found an update to do with the minifigure situation as well. I put all of the parts in here. Some of them are still in the containers that they were in over on the wall here. Others have been put in plastic bags because they had too many parts per container, because the containers do stack nicely, and then I just tape them all together. Alright, so it's been a few hours since I last checked in. Basically what I've been doing is just tidying up the room. So the one big thing I did was get rid of all the Pappy Mac storage containers. They are all out of the room completely now. Everything on this side is things that are coming with me to the new office. Everything on this side is stuff that's going to be staying here. I also got rid of a bunch of the storage containers that were under here. All the Pappy Macs as well, just because they were taking up a lot of room. And in order to salvage the Lego City table, which we're going to try and do, this will all have to come out and get here. So that's what I've been just really working on, is carrying everything out of the Lego room. room. So honestly, this is where I'm going to wrap it up for this video, the last packing vlog. Probably the day before I actually move into the new unit, I'll be loading up the trailer with all these boxes, everything you see here, and we'll be driving it to Toronto to move into the new unit. So I will definitely be filming parts of the move-in day, but this is the last time, one of the last times you'll ever see me in this Lego room with all this Lego.
So now that you've basically seen the behind the scenes of everything, I just let the video kind of play out so you could see my process. You saw from the video, it was a pretty strenuous move. It took me 5 different videos, probably the course over a few weeks. I started packing the Lego room before I had even officially signed my lease because I was like, either way I'm moving my Lego collection. Maybe it's not to this building, but it's going to be to somewhere. So that's exactly what I did. I spent weeks and weeks packing everything up, getting everything ready, getting liquor store boxes, bins, and stuff like that. And I got ready for the big move. It was a lot of fun packing up the Lego collection, but also pretty sad at the same time because I was sad to be leaving that room. But I just remember I had a ton of fun filming that video, and I was so excited for what was to come here with my YouTube channel. Looking back 2 years now, it's hard to believe that I was ever in that tiny of a room. Like, I look around now and I'm like, there was no way that that would be possible. And of course, I'm not going to leave this video here. I'm actually going to make a part 2 to this video and show you the actual process of me moving the Lego collection into the space, because that video cuts off right as I'm still in my Lego room back home 2 years ago. In that end of that video would have been probably like April 30th, 2019. I think that was probably the last day, and I was moving into this building May 1st. So really, really cool process. Really excited for kind of how that went, and I'm excited to be able to go through that footage. As I said, I edited that clip from 45 minutes down to just what you saw now because I wanted to give you like a little overview without all of the fluff. A lot went into the packing. It was getting those getting those grocery bags from the store, getting them. I got them from Amazon, and then of course it was getting all the boxes. It was packing everything up. It was trying to do it in a way that I didn't destroy my entire Lego collection moving it to Toronto, but I could break it down enough so I could actually get it into the trailer, which you'll see in the next video. It was a little bit of a struggle. I would say overall it was a really positive moving process. I did mostly the entire thing you saw from that video by myself, packing up the city, packing up all the shelves. Often I get asked what has still happened with that Lego room. It looks the exact same. The tables are still there, the shelves are still there, but instead of Lego, it's office equipment and office supplies and files and stuff like that. It's my dad's office now. But yeah, that's basically kind of the process of me packing up my Lego collection. You saw most of it in video. I'm really glad I documented it because, man, it put me in my feels kind of watching it through. Hard to believe that that was over 2 years ago now, that I was going through that excitement of like moving my Lego collection into the studio space I'm in now. Pretty incredible, pretty incredible, pretty nostalgic. I think it was really cool to watch that, and I'm really glad I took that like trip through memory lane and kind of got a chance to see that because, wow, so long ago, and so much has changed since then, especially like the quantity of Lego I have. But I hope you enjoyed this Between the Bricks episode. Feel free to let me know down in the comments below any specific questions you have about the move. I feel like maybe that video was able to answer a lot of them, and I also feel like I did a lot of the Q&As kind of around when I was moving 2 years ago. But if you do have any more questions, I could talk about the move, and I could talk about all this Between the Bricks stuff for hours and hours and hours, so please feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I will definitely make some more Between the Bricks videos of it. Thanks again so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and of course, stay tuned for part number 2 of this series, where I'm actually going to be talking and giving you a little bit more behind-the-scenes insight of when I actually moved into my studio space here. Alright, really looking forward to showing you that video coming very, very soon, and until then, I'll see you in the next video.